Hey everybody, it's Hen.
And Lon.
And today we are filming our baby's birth story. So we put up a lot of different videos in regards to a baby girl, Aniya's birth.
Yep.
But today we're going to go in a little bit more detail as to what actually happened, how it unfolded, what were we thinking when those events actually happened, because it all happened so fast.
Yeah, so if you are new to our channel, make sure that you go ahead and subscribe. We've already introduced ourselves, but if you're new to our channel, then we just want to kind of give you guys a little bit of info. So this is our first child. We were expecting a baby girl. She's beautiful, she's healthy. We were due actually February 3rd, 2020, and she arrived on December 22nd, 2019. So same week of Christmas. And so now we're just gonna catch you guys up, get you guys up to speed, and let you know how Aniya got here on December 22nd.
Let's go back, let's give backstory as to
like how.
Because we already knew
Yeah.
that she might come a little early.
Yeah. But why?
So let's take you back.
Yeah. If you watch our channel, then you know the week of Thanksgiving we were admitted to the hospital because I had what they call, or what I was diagnosed, what is it called? Gestational hypertension. Gestational hypertension. So it's just high blood pressure in pregnancy. So that's a little backstory. Go ahead.
A little bit of detail on that. So Lon never had high blood pressure.
Correct.
Before pregnancy. And when it comes to gestational hypertension, that is the precursor to what is called preeclampsia, which can put the parent at risk,
but not necessarily
the baby.
Right.
So we were tracking towards preeclampsia, but Lon didn't have it yet, so we were just being precautious at that point in time.
Correct. Yep. So the week of Thanksgiving, we were actually admitted to the hospital, and that's when I was diagnosed.
So for those who have not watched the video of us when we first got admitted back at Thanksgiving, we're going to put a link right here so you can watch that video. You need to get caught up on that story to understand the rest of how things begin to manifest.
Right. Ever since that diagnosis, the week of Thanksgiving, my doctor wanted to see me weekly. So I started having weekly doctor's appointments. I had to do weekly blood tests, as well as a couple of different tests at the hospital. So Thursday, December the 19th, I went in to get my blood work drawn like I always do. And then that blood work will be available. It was going to be available that Friday, the 20th, when I went to my regular doctor's appointment. So while Henry was at work that day, the blood test results, they kind of come into your phone. And so when I checked the results that morning, my doctor wanted me to look out for one specific number, and that's my uric acid number. So my uric acid number was higher than what she wanted it to be. So I immediately gave a call. Well, I texted Henry and I said, oh my gosh, Henry, my uric acid number is high. I'm scared to call my doctor because I feel like she's going to induce me, and I was just scared. So I called my doctor and she's like, yeah, it is high. Let's just, come on in at your regular doctor's appointment. Try to come in early if you can. And, we'll check your blood pressure, make sure everything's okay. So we get to the doctor's appointment on Friday, and what happened? There was more protein in my urine. My protein was high, and my uric acid level at the doctor's appointment was higher than it had just been 24 hours ago when I took the blood test.
All key indicators that she is progressing towards preeclampsia.
Oh my gosh. So then she says, go to labor and delivery. Y'all, when my doctor said go to labor and delivery, it's a wrap.
Luckily, Lon packed
a hospital bag.
To bring the hospital bag. Doctor told us to bring the hospital bag every visit. Yeah. Just in case.
Ever since the scare from Thanksgiving. So luckily this time we were prepared. We felt much better about it. We had already had the baby shower the week prior. We felt good about it. We went over to labor and delivery.
Did we feel good about it?
We didn't feel good, but we felt better.
We honestly didn't think we were about to have a baby.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So we go over to labor and delivery. We sit in a little triage room. They're checking our vital signs, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, we're going to go ahead and admit you. And I'm like, admit me for what? Because at this point, I'm annoyed. It's very annoying being in a hospital. Food is nasty. It's boring. And I just be feeling like they just be wanting insurance money. So I said, what exactly are you admitting me for? Your doctor just wants to monitor you, make sure everything's okay.
Lon's doctor wasn't there. It was a doctor on call.
No, wait, back up. She walks in, the physician assistant walks in and was like, did your doctor tell you that she wasn't on call this weekend? That's the first thing she said. And we're like, no. She's like, we're gonna go ahead and admit you. And I'm like, for what? I was so annoyed.
So mine is racing because Lon is thinking, well, does this lady even know like what I've been going through, what I've been doing? Like, my doctor knows when to pull the trigger. So yeah.
So we finally get situated. So this is Friday night. We finally get situated. The plan was that they were going to monitor my blood pressure throughout the night, every 4 hours. And then Saturday morning, the 21st, they were going to do more blood work. And they were going to compare it to my results from Thursday. Y'all, Saturday morning, I just knew it was going to be like Thanksgiving. We was about to check out,
Thanksgiving?
I mean, like, it was going to be like the week of Thanksgiving when we got discharged. So I'm like, yeah, what time we going to get out of here? They take my blood at like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Lon telling everybody, yeah, they're going to take my blood in the morning. They're going to look at everything and da-da-da-da-da.
Y'all, they take my blood and they come back in. So this time, the on-call doctor came in and she said, no, we're going to keep you another night. And at this point in time, I knew in my heart of hearts that I wasn't checking out of that hospital, that we were going to have the baby that week because they were doing too much.
She was telling us that she had an instance where she sent the person home, and literally an hour after she sent them home, they developed pre-eclampsia. And she said she always errs on the side of caution. Mind you, again, this is not Lon's doctor.
Right, this is just the on-call
while
doctor.
we're listening or we're hearing what she's saying, we like, nah, when our doctor comes in, she gonna know what to do.
Right. Or it's like, you trust your doctor. I've been working with her for 8 months now. I want to talk to her, but she wasn't there. She failed to tell us that at the Friday doctor appointment. But either way, the on-call doctor said, we're going to keep you another night. We're going to take blood work again Sunday morning, see if your levels have changed at all since you've been laying in the bed. Your blood pressure might be down, blah, blah. But basically, you're not going home on my watch. And I'm like, okay, whatever, I understand.
The crazy thing is, that entire night, they wasn't really checking you. You wasn't really hooked up to nothing. So I'm like, what are they monitoring? What we could have did this at home?
Money. They just trying to get our insurance money.
We could have did this at home.
So then last little piece of whatever. They told me, like I said, Saturday night they said they were going to do blood work again on Sunday morning. The nurse came in sometime in the evening and she's like, oh, what's the plan for you guys? What's going on? Da, da, da. I said, well, they said they're going to do some more blood tests in the morning and then they'll compare it. She's like, I don't see any blood working for Sunday morning.
Ooh.
That's when I knew. That's when I knew. I told Henry, I said, you think they're going to let us out of here tomorrow? They're not going to let us out of here tomorrow. Since when? I've been to that hospital so many times. Since when do you not see my blood work in the system? I knew right then and there that they had probably already called my doctor and she had made the decision to induce me, but they hadn't communicated that to us yet. That's where my mind was.
So later that day, who comes marching in?
10 o'clock p.m.
Who comes marching in? Our doctor. And I'll let Lon tell you.
No, you tell her. I've been talking.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
Henry. She comes in. She's like, yeah, your blood pressure's high. We're going to have a baby before Christmas. Let's do this.
We like, what?
Yo.
She said it so fast.
She said it so fast. It's
I was
so
like, hold on.
nonchalant.
I said, hold on. What? What are you saying? She said, yeah, we're going to have to you're going to be a Christmas baby. I was like, lady, if you don't stop playing with me. This is not a game.
Yes, it's one thing. Oopsie, sorry, boo-boo. It's one thing to suspect it all along, but for our doctor to come in there and say like, nah, y'all having this baby, and she was literally like, I'm about to start the induction, I'm about to go get the medicine right now, I've already put in the order.
Literally, we went from
It went from like 0 to 100.
in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
And I'm like, hold on, slow down. We need time to process this. Like, give us a second. So Saturday night.
Mind you, it's just me and Lon at the hospital at this point.
Right.
Because we're thinking,
we're gonna get out of here.
We've been here in this thing, what, twice now?
This is our second time.
So, like, we're gonna get out, we're good.
So, do you remember what the pill was called that she did to induce me? I can't remember.
There was some pill that she stuck in Lon's vag.
So like back up. We moved forward with the induction in probably a matter of 15 to 20 minutes. No joke. She came in, let us know that we were moving forward with the induction. She put in the order for the little pill, and then the tiny little pill you had to insert into your cervix, and that's what starts to dilate your cervix.
Before that though, didn't she had to reach up there to see if you were dilated? That's what hurts you the most.
I have no clue. I don't even want to think about it. You let someone stick their entire hand into your area and insert a little pill, and you tell me how that'll feel. I don't even want to think about it. It was the most uncomfortable thing, and Henry literally had to hold my hand. It was bad. It was really bad.
I thought we was in labor.
It was really bad. It was really bad. That's all I can say. So that was about maybe, let's say 11 o'clock Saturday night.
And every 4 or 6 hours.
Every 4 hours, they had to come back in and insert that pill. So 4 hours, I think it was 12 o'clock midnight, because they came in at 4 a.m. I remember that.
Yeah, and that pill was supposed to manually start contractions.
Correct. So that was one pill. We got some rest. Woke back up at 4 o'clock. They inserted the second pill. At 8 a.m., my doctor came back in, and she wanted to check to see how far I had been dilated. And when she checked my cervix, I was already 1 centimeter dilated. She said that my body, she didn't expect me to be 1 centimeter already. So she felt like, my body was producing too much. My body was dilating too quickly when my cervix wasn't even effaced yet. I think I was like 0% effacement and 1 centimeter dilated, and you can't progress.
They need to move at the same time.
Correct. You can't.
And they weren't. So
exactly.
They had to give her something else.
Yes.
And this was the doozy.
So they had to give me this drug called magnesium. So let's back up a little bit. I have a blood pressure cuff on my arm. I have 2 IVs going in both hands. Y'all know, I don't know if you know, but those IVs, they really hurt. They're big. 2 IVs going. I want to say that I have the massaging things on my legs so that my blood is circulating. I don't develop any blood clots. And then I'm already had the stress on me as far as being in the hospital since Friday. You're kind of in the bedridden basically for the whole time, and you're telling me you're gonna put in another drug into my body.
At this point, I think there are 2 people working on her, one on the left, one on the right. We'll insert a picture here.
Yeah.
But it was a lot going on. It was all, mind you, this was all happening very fast.
Very fast, so you don't have time to process it. Me, I am a healthy person. I've never been admitted to the hospital outside of the week of Thanksgiving, and so to keep having all this stuff pumped up in me, you coming in and disturbing me and entering the pill, I'm starting to have contractions. It was just a lot going on to take in mentally and emotionally. So then she gave me the magnesium. She did pre-warn me that the magnesium was going to make me very hot, but that warning was nothing compared to how it felt. She said that it was going to make me feel like I had the flu, and that is the exact way to describe it. Out of nowhere, I felt like it altered my mind as well. She told me it wasn't a narcotic, but I definitely felt like it altered my mind because she told me it was going to make me hot. And then I told you, Henry, I was like, why is it so hot in here? And I had just forgot already that they had already started putting the magnesium through the IV.
So it'd be like fire, shut up in your bone.
I was burning up. I had an ice pack on my chest, on my back, on my forehead. It was still so hot. I felt like there were heat lamps directly on me. And then I felt like I was going crazy. I felt like I was dizzy. It was just a lot going on.
Beware of magnesium.
Yeah, so if you guys ever had to do that, I don't recommend it at all. I really don't, and I'm so glad that I went through that experience because I'll never do it again. For real. So after they pumped me up with magnesium, something about the drug, you can't get out of bed for 24 hours. So they had to put in a catheter. So now I got a blood pressure cuff. I got 2 IVs. I got the things on my foot. I got a catheter in. It was just too much. So at this point in time, I asked my doctor, I said, what if I decide to opt for a C-section? Because I'm just not feeling good about all this like artificial stuff being pumped into my body. And so she said, you know, if you want to go that route, that's fine. She explained to us the process, and then she said that she would return in a little bit and see what we decided.
You also couldn't eat, I don't think.
Yeah, they've been cut that off. I couldn't eat starting like Saturday night. It was
only IV fluid.
Yeah. So she came back in like 5 minutes, like literally it was 5 minutes, and was like, did you make up your decision? Do you know if you want vaginal or C-section? When we started talking about that, because I was in the midst of telling her that we barely had an even opportunity to digest everything, I started feeling so crazy. And I
think at that point the baby's heart rate dropped.
I was in the midst of trying to tell her that I wasn't quite sure. While I was talking, I felt like I was about to pass out. And I said, hold on for a second. I need some ice or some water, something. Give me something, because I feel like I'm about to pass out.
Like at the same time, the baby's heart rate was dropping, and it was dropping. This is the lowest we had ever seen it drop. So
it was at 60 beats per minute.
Yes, it was something like that, and that immediately triggered our doctor, and she was like, "Oh, no!" Like that whole scenario of events shifted everything, and then what we thought was going fast at that moment, it went from 100 to 200, like
100 to 1,000.
Immediately.
100 to 1,000.
So at that point, the doctor made the call. Oh no, we need to deliver this baby now. And I lost consciousness from there.
What?
I lost consciousness mentally. I mentally lost consciousness because I was not expecting, one, that a baby would be there today on 12/22. That was 12/22 around 10 a.m. And I wasn't expecting that it would happen as fast as it was going to happen. So.
And we had just communicated to our family, like, lawn is only 1 centimeter. We'll let you guys know when things start progressing. You don't need to come to the hospital right now. Just hang tight. We're going to keep you posted. That was what? Maybe like 20 minutes prior.
Which changed to get to the hospital now.
Get to the hospital now. So at this point, y'all, I don't know if y'all ever been rushed into surgery. When I tell you, they assembled the doctor, the anesthesiologist, the RNs, everybody who needed to be there in that room for that C-section was in that room in 40 minutes, top 45 minutes.
I caught like a quick glimpse of Lawn being rushed. And I'm literally gathering my stuff. Henry, throw on your scrubs.
Yeah.
Put this on your face.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, snap.
Like, it's a lot. In the midst of trying to keep our family updated too.
And in the midst of that, they're like, what's going on? Where do I go? I'm like, I can't deal with it. I can't right now.
It was a lot.
It's all happening. So the crazy thing is that they take Lon into this room.
Hold on really quick. When they were wheeling me back for the C-section, mind you, I'm still feeling crazy because of the magnesium. I'm kind of like out of it a little bit. They wheeling me back, and all I keep looking up is at the ceiling. Felt like I was going to pass out. And so I was like, okay, I can't do the ceiling. I try to close my eyes. Y'all know, like when you drunk and you close your eyes and you feel like, you know that feeling.
Like you swimming.
Like you just, and I couldn't do that. I didn't know what to do.
Call on the name of Jesus.
So then they wheeled me back into that daggone room, and it was like something out of a movie. Whatever you imagine a surgery room to look like, that's what it is.
Lights, spotlights, everything. So that was Lon's perspective. She getting pushed in. She's seeing all of that. I don't see any of that. As the husband, I'm sitting in the hallway, and they say, please wait in the hallway because Lon has to get
it's called a
spinal injection to numb half of her body from like the waist down.
Yeah.
Where she literally can't feel or anything. It's different from a what's that?
It's different from a, what is it called? An epidural.
Different from an epidural. It's way stronger. And the anesthesiologist is actually sitting right there monitoring the levels to make sure she's good and she can't feel the pain.
Right.
So they said they needed to do that first, and they would come out and get me a little later to bring me in. So I'm sitting in the hallway. At that moment, every single thought, that could possibly go through, both positive and negative, went through my head. And I was just like, oh my gosh, what is happening? And that 10 minutes seemed so long because...
It was only 10 minutes?
It was only 10 minutes.
It felt like forever.
It seems 10 minutes that I wasn't in there.
Yeah, but it felt like forever on my end as well.
It seems so long because I'm like,
gosh.
yo, I don't know if she's good. I don't know if the baby's good. I don't know what's happening. People texting me, calling me, like hitting me up, asking me what's going on. And I'm like,
we don't have time for this.
I just need to get in the room.
Right.
I need to get in the room. So I'm sitting there praying. Your boy started breaking down at that moment.
And when he says breaking down, he means crying. He started crying.
Your boy started breaking down, but I got a text from my father and it said, you need to start praising now. And I was just like, so I'm in the daggone hallway praising, like, God, you're good. Like, and it started changing my mind and the atmosphere. So then they finally come out, they bring me in, and literally, like Lon said, I was just like,
it was
oh,
surreal.
My gosh.
It was very surreal.
So Lon is laying on the bed. Lon is laying on the bed, fine, good, can't feel nothing. Her body is legit slit open. Slit open. Like they say, Mr. Hunt, you can sit right here, right beside her. I'm sitting there talking. She trying to have a whole conversation.
Yeah, I was just talking. It was
And
nothing. Henry was so like stoked, like just like deer in the headlights, and I'm just having a regular conversation. My doctors, they having a regular daggone conversation, and I'm just like, yeah, like this is cool, man. They about to pull my baby out.
I was literally blown away. Like the doctors were literally talking about a cookout.
Yeah, they were talking about a cookout.
And it's this, the aroma. It smelled like burnt flesh.
Burnt body.
Or like barbecued flesh.
Hashtag
and it was literally, I had to literally focus because I would have passed out in that moment. And so when the baby, fast forward, Lon started getting nauseous.
Oh yeah. So when we were, they were operating or whatever, the way I can explain to you guys a C-section is that it literally feels like they are playing around in your guts. Like I don't know what that was. I'm not even joking. It feels like they are like massaging your stomach, and it brought me back to first trimester with all that nausea. The anesthesiologist said that I might get nauseous, and so I was like, lady, I can't remember what her name was. I was like, ma'am, I need a bin or something. I'm about to throw up. And she said, okay, like don't force it, just let it come out. So my head, y'all know you like this in the C-section, like put your head over. So I'm like that, and I'm just vomiting, but thank goodness, because I couldn't eat anything, it was just like spit and water and stuff like that.
So fellas, mind you, imagine that. She's in your face vomiting, you smell that smell, and you gotta hold on so that you're not passed out in that place.
Right.
So
were you sitting like on a stool?
I was sitting on a stool or something. So mind you, I'm not even thinking about recording or anything. I didn't get any footage because one, I wasn't supposed to record, but I could have finessed. But I could have finessed. The baby comes out. They take him over. They take her over to get the umbilical cord cut and get weighed.
And I couldn't even see my baby when my doctor held her up. I was too busy throwing up. I could not even turn my head to look. That's how bad it was. You know, that I couldn't even look at my child being born.
But I got to go over there and cut the umbilical cord. As I was coming back, all I could see was Lon's stomach open like this, and it looked like what you would imagine a brains. Like it probably was a small intestine, large intestines, like brains just sitting there, and literally I almost threw up in that place and would have been out. I had to get back to my seat so quick. I'm like, Lord, please, not right now. But that was a moment that I'll never forget. And it's just like,
I'll never forget that either.
It was like a miraculous moment, the way things just happened so fast. And it was just like boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Everything's good.
Surgery started at 11:20 and she was born at 11:32. So 12 minutes tops. The longest part of the C-section was them sewing me up. And then they brought her around. I saw her, I kissed her, and then they started sewing me up, and then we, got to the recovery room and everything like that.
Yeah, when I went to go get Lon's mom to bring her back to the recovery room, all I could see was the guy loading up the bags of blood
Bags of blood?
That came from the surgery.
What?
I never told Lon this because it was just like, he was cleaning up the place. I could see him cleaning up like the bags of blood. And I was like, oh my God. If Lon had seen this while this was happening,
I'm not like a squeamish person. That wouldn't have done it for me.
You would have been passed out.
But
that's nasty.
I will say, I don't know why C-sections get such a bad rep. I don't know why people are so, like, it's like this stigmatism here on YouTube, but just in, I don't know, like the pregnant, isn't that like a stigmatism? Stigma?
Stigma.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jesus.
Stigmatism.
I thought y'all know what I mean. Why, I don't know why there's such a stigma surrounding C-sections. It was the best thing that ever happened to me. Like I said, my baby was out in 12 minutes. I would actually opt to do that again before I would do a vaginal delivery. Like, I'm a woman, so would I ever want to do a vaginal delivery? Absolutely. I want that experience, but that C-section was seamless. I'm going to talk to you guys in a different video about my postpartum and healing journey, but like, would I rather heal my stomach or heal my vagina? I would absolutely rather heal my stomach.
And the crazy thing is, I thought the C-section was gonna cut across her stomach.
Yeah.
And it didn't. And actually, the doctor, she did her thing.
Yeah, it's been healing beautifully.
You couldn't even really tell it was even done.
Right.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, so I would just say, if you're pregnant, don't get so caught up on that whole, I gotta deliver my baby vaginally and all that other stuff. However you bring your baby into the world is how you bring your baby into the world. And I am here for C-sections 100%, period. So our sweet baby girl, Aniya Jaice Hunt, was officially born on December 22nd, 2019 at 11:32 a.m., weighing just 3 pounds, 12 ounces. My little baby, my little stinky.
So when the baby was delivered, of course, she had to go to the NICU because of her gestational age of 34 weeks. Those babies naturally go to the NICU normally because they have sometimes they have opportunity with breathing or temperature or feeding. So Aniya had to be on a CPAP machine, which is to help with oxygen, to help her lungs open and expand. She also had to regulate her temperature at 36.5 Celsius. Can't remember the exact temperature. And she had to take her feeds by bottle. So they had to give her a tube to feed. And she was able to successfully do all of that within 12 days. And we were blessed that the day before Lon's birthday, she was able to come home.
Yep, she came home on January 2nd, 2020.
And one of the things the nurses say that I will forever remember, and I will always tell her, is that they was like, this baby is an overachiever. I was like, you got it right. Yes, she is. Out the womb, she's already breaking milestones and doing things that we believe should happen, that the doctors may think, I don't know, it's out of the ordinary. No, God is not out of the ordinary.
So thank you guys so much for tuning into our birth story. We are so glad to have finally been able to share this long story.
Definitely.
I hope that this explains everything well and it catches you guys up and you fully understand how Aniya came into this world early. We just thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for supporting our channel, for praying for our family and supporting us and just sending us so much love and congratulatory messages over the last few weeks. So we are going to get out of here, guys. We will see you in our next video.
Yes, if you haven't already, subscribe, share, and like this video, and we'll talk to you soon.
Peace.